This kobold conducted himself like South Park's Cartman.
Screw you guys, I'm going home. But Cartman, we're trying to... screw you guys, home.
Hello friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily Reddit content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead, I dare you to look it up. Today, we are jumping back into r/TalesofNeckbeards. Yes, indeed, I haven't had quite enough. We got another Burgerbeard saga just sitting there, waiting, and I put it into the read time estimator, estimated about 11 minutes, so I'm gonna have to pile another story into it, which is good because Strawberry Belle has also come on back, posted in my subreddit talking about the Belle Protection Squad, which I guess she needs when she goes to conventions because she's sort of beard bait, but I definitely do appreciate her playing the role of field researcher for us and reporting back her findings. So I'm super excited. There's going to be a song. If you want to skip straight to the Burgerbeard song, this is the timestamp. Look at it right here on the screen. This is the timestamp. But if you want to consume the video in its entirety, that is how I would suggest. That's the suggested serving size. And we'll just go ahead and roll right into these Neckbeard stories after some plugs and disclaimers. Let's go. The Belle Protection Squad is formed. Yes, indeed. Much needed, I suppose. Merry meet! Merry meet. Okay, cool. And a good day to all of you. As I'm sure many of you know, I am Strawberry Belle, and I'm here, once again, to share another Cosplay Chronicle! Disclaimer. Some uncomfortable topics will be discussed in this story, and also I'm on mobile, so my formatting might be off. This story takes place at a summer convention last July. Yes, I know it was dumb to go to a gathering during a pandemic, but my friends and I all missed each other, and we made sure to stay as safe as we could. Well, I can't sign off on any of that. I'm glad you didn't get sick, but just stay home, goddammit. Speaking of friends, let's go over the cast list. Belle, that's our OP, our neckbeard field researcher of the day. We've got Conbeard, our neckbeard of the story. Pico and Ibuki, my friends, who I'm referring to as the characters that they were cosplaying. There were a few more in our group, but I guess that these two are the most important. And now, it is story time. So last year was hectic for everyone, to say the least. All the conventions I regularly go to had been canceled aside from this one, which had been postponed from March to July. This would be the first convention that I attended for all 3 days of the events. The first day went by without any major incidents, and then day 2 rolled around. Day 2 began, and I was cosplaying the character Sian from Show by Rock. For a quick description, she's a cat girl who wears a frilly black and white outfit with pink bows and has a pink heart-shaped guitar. Yeah, the perfect beard bait. I wasn't purposely trying to attract any beards, but of course I did anyways. Sometime towards the middle of the day, I immigrated into a group of random people, and we chatted and had a pretty good time. Amongst this group, Conbeard was lurking. Conbeard was a bit shorter than me, and really didn't look like a typical neckbeard. He was slightly overweight, had fluffy black hair, was wearing small black clip-in cat ears, a collar, and an all-black outfit. Now I can hear ReddX in the background going, "What the fuck?" But I can assure you this is nothing out of the ordinary for a non-cosplayer at a convention. If you say so, I'm gonna have to take your word on that one. The group eventually ends up sharing their ages because it can be kind of hard to tell when you're in cosplay. Conbeard was 15, meaning he was 3 years younger than me, and he knew that. He quickly took to calling me his con mom. Oh god, I'm cringing already. And he would rest his head anywhere on me that he could reach, be that my shoulders, my knees if I was sitting, head, thighs, or most uncomfortable of them all, my chest. Oh god, personal boundaries, cat child. Needless to say, I was creeped out, but couldn't tear away from him because he continued to migrate to be next to me and just generally make physical contact with me. I typically don't mind this, but his vibe was off, and I wanted to get away. Yeah, it's called boundaries, okay? I got a personal bubble. Get the fuck out. Thank goodness Pico noticed my visible discomfort and hurried over to insert herself into the conversation and come up with an excuse for me to rejoin her and the others. She then said something worrying. Are you okay? Don't you remember? That's the guy I warned everyone about at that other con last year. Warning? I never got the warning, I guess, or maybe I just didn't hear it back then, so I asked what she meant. Apparently, Conbeard was known for sexual harassment towards both people at his school and cosplayers at conventions. Cosplay is not consent! You're 15, but you're damn old enough to know better. I was scared. As many of you probably know, I'm not good with conflict, and neither are my friends. He was still trying to insert himself into my space. Giggity. So I called my friends to shield me whenever he came near, which they faithfully did. Day 2 wrapped up, and I thought that would have been the end, but unfortunately, it wasn't. When we arrived on day 3, Conbeard was there, waiting, lurking. He recognized me even though I was dressed as a totally different character. Sonya Nevermind, for anyone wondering. Once again, the protection squad formed, with Ibuki even going as far as to pretend to be my partner and pinning me to a wall to block me from Conbeard's view. At one point, he tried to interact with and join our group. Well, my friends formed an impenetrable wall of Danganronpa characters around me. Some of them looking pretty intimidating, such as Pico with her prop sword, Ibuki with their makeup and spiked accessories, Buff Chiaki, or the two who were dressed as Monomi and Monokuma, with big paper-mache character heads. He left us alone after that. Thank God. Super unaware, but at least he finally got the message. The protection squad continues, even if we haven't encountered a Conbeard since this time. The same convention just passed by this year, and Ibuki was my bodyguard again, looking even more intimidating in their platform boots and Joker from Persona 5 cosplay. Hey, that's a character I know, mostly from Smash Bros, but hey, that's cool. I'm so happy to have friends like these who help protect me from creeps, as I tend to cosplay the most beard-baity characters. And with that, I bid you adieu, good friends. I have more stories coming that are much more interesting than this, so I hope you look forward to them. Until then, drink some water, grab a snack, and just generally take care of yourself. If you want to hang out and chat with me, you can find me over on the ReddX Discord server under Mod Tindu. Yes, indeed, she is a mod, and that is the name for my mod role. Super cool. Patrons are providers of tendies. You can also find Strawberry Belle at twitch.tv/StrawberryBelle. You should definitely give her a follow. She's full of good vibes. So since these events have occurred, I think that Strawberry Belle has kind of started to come into her own. She came into my Discord server the other day, telling us all about how she was able to just tell off a beard, which is great for somebody that doesn't like conflict. But with a lot of these beards, the best thing to do is just eviscerate them. Get it out of the way as quick as possible. Let them know you're not going to put up with any of that shit, and they won't try it again. I like to think that my videos helped her find her voice and be able to stand up to these neckbeards, not let the situation escalate any further than it did. That might be a bit presumptuous of me. But I do hope that these videos help in some way, and I'm so proud to have Strawberry Belle on board as a mod in the Discord. She might be young, but she's super friendly, super cool to hang out with, has a very unique point of view, and she must be protected. Everybody in the Discord agrees, we must protect Belle. So I don't want to see no neckbeard slipping in there, trying to get in under the radar. My beard detection meter is overtuned, if anything. So that's your one and only warning. But I really did like this story. I'm glad that you were able to eventually peel this guy off, but man, that is just such a breach of social contract, isn't it? Con mom, what the fuck? Where's your real mom? Let me talk to your parents. They probably don't know what the hell to do with him either. But at least you were able to deal with him. I take solace in that. So with that out of the way, I think we can step on into the Burgerbeard story and sing a song and see what we got. Burgerbeard's Misadventures in the Game Group, Episode 4, Loiza, the Crummy Kobold. Welcome once again to my wee corner of the interwebs. Hi Zuka, happy to be back. Shouts out to Hellfreezer, Fun with Failure, and the indispensable ReddX, who has honored me twice now with exceptionally fine readings of my Chronicles of Beards and general beardism. You're a good egg, my dude. You too, bro. I appreciate all that you do. Without these stories, we would all be lacking content to enjoy. So really, it starts with you. You are the best egg. How about that? So, you've come for another dose of Burgerbeard tomfoolery, have you? Need a reminder that as rough and tumble as your life is, at least it doesn't include this wastrel. I think that's why beard episodes are so popular. It could always be worse. Or maybe you're just merely here because you love to see a train wreck where nobody gets hurt, but everybody gets properly rattled. Then seek no further, and plant your trotters in the trough, for your jimmies are sure to be thoroughly rustled. And with that clunky westernism dropped, let's warm up them pipes for another neckbeardy song parody. Oh boy. Okay, readers, this is the blues riff from B. Watch me for the changes and try to keep up. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame, performed by the stunning Tony J. Oh god, I'm not going to be able to stack up to this. It's gonna be bad, dude. I'll try my best. Hear me, dear Gygax, you know I am a nerdy man. In my geeky knowledge, I am fine. Hear me, dear Gygax, you know I'm much more patient than the folks who deal with neckbeards all the time. That's ReddX. Then tell me, dear Gygax, why I see him smirking there, why his beady eyes still haunt my soul. I smell him, unwell him, the light reflecting off his rolls is oozing as he sits there just to troll. This burger, beard burger, this burger in my house, this smirking fat bastard is turning me too gross. It's not my fault. Mea culpa. I'm not to blame. Mea culpa. It is our slumsy friend, the guy who let him game. Mea maxima culpa. It's not my fault. Mea culpa. If in God's plan, mea culpa, he made this neckbeard so much stronger than a man. Protect me, dear Gygax. Don't let this creepy bastard in. Don't let his condescension ruin game. Expel Burgerbeard now and let him find another group, or else just send him back from whence he came. Beard Burger, Smug Burger, now Greasy, it's your turn. Roll dice or whatever. Play nice or you will burn. God have mercy on him. God have mercy on us. But he will play nice or he is burned. God, dude, this is running the gamut, man. So many different styles. Oh, that's probably one of the hardest styles for me to do. I hope I didn't fuck it up too badly. I guess we'll see how it comes out. But I will post it even if it's horrible. Anyways, here is our dramatis personae, Burgerbeard, hooray! The star of these chronicles, and the most condescending Mother Hubbard that you will ever meet. For the full description, dial back to my first two posts on this prince of a man child. He made a kobold, whose name is seared into my memory. Loisa. See, This character was made before this curious surge in kobold fascination that we've been seeing across the internet in the past couple years. So, props to Burgerbeard for being a decade and a half ahead of the times. Loiza was a kobold rogue, who also had engineering talents, and since kobolds and gnomes are generally adversarial, he figured it would be fun to have Loiza and Dragon's characters try to one-up each other during gadgetry creation or making armor and weapons for the group. That right there is one of the big reasons why we put up with Burgerbeard, because when he was in the zone, he had really good role-playing ideas, and would often even see them through. I know a lot of readers by now are wondering why the hell we kept him on hand, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, the friend of a friend thing was Slumsy desperately trying to help him get out of his shell. And we also have Zuka, OP, Master of Ceremonies, and the Dungeon Master. We got Badastovich. His character was a rattling sorcerer / rogue who found himself in an unwitting competition with Loiza for the banner of Best Sneak. Dragon. His character's a gnome engineer whom he made to solve the group's technical problems. Ninetails made a fairy knight who used a dagger like a greatsword. Slumsy, former best buddy, live-in assistant to Dragon and Ninetails since the alternative was living with his brother. Slumsy first described his brother as looking like a Mexican Danny DeVito, and none of us believed him until we met his brother. And let's just say, his description was right on the money. Slumsy made a Naga cleric dedicated to the god of edginess. And Turtle, the international man of action! For the life of me, I can't even remember, nor can anyone else in my fresh inquiries about this part of our lives, the character that Turtle made. Well, some characters just don't stick. Mongoose, Zuka's younger brother and economist, is friendly, cordial, eager to debate but not to argue, and hates communism with a burning passion. He made a sorcerer who had a mischievous streak and would play harmless pranks on the other characters. Ray of Frost on the camp shower, Grease on the tavern floor, Gust of Wind at comedically inopportune moments, and so on. He sounds like a cool guy. The Stage, my family's former forever home, the beautiful mission-styled house on the farm on which I grew up, in the small town in which I knew everyone, on a gorgeous and temperate stretch of the Central Coast. Yeah, I do miss it. So the troop is ready, and the stage is set. Tail Quartus, Loiza, the crummiest kobold. Starfuck 64 stage start chime.
Good luck.
Oh, it's carried over from the Skeletor beard stories. I like it. That's cool. I could regale you with all the individual cases of Loiza's asshattery, but we'd be here for a long, long time. And perhaps I'll compose a mini-series for that someday. But herein shall be something of a highlight reel of Loiza's hijinks as the group's rogue, and how the group managed to trick me into setting the universe against the truculent little creature. Truculent. Goodness. That's a $5 word if I've ever heard one. For starters, Loiza started with the frenemy-style relationship with Dragon's gnome until he took the one-upsmanship just a little too far. Dragon would make a gun. Loiza would make a gun. Only better, trademark. Dragon started building an airship. Loiza started finding out ways to undermine the gnome and make the project his own. Dragon would suggest a course of action, and Loiza would suggest the same, but repackage it to sound like it was his idea. In short, this kobold conducted himself like South Park's Cartman. It's just an excuse to be an asshole, isn't it?
It's what my character would do.
He used a rapid-loading crossbow and had discreetly altered his stats as he poured gold into it and his other pet projects. And because he was using his thinking brain and not his asshole brain, he thought to use charisma-boosting charms to overcome the fact that kobolds aren't warmly regarded on Zaxxon, the nation in which this campaign took place. He would always write verbal checks the group couldn't cash, such as making fun of the aspiring king, Kint, who was really the only reason that the group was even alive, or spitting on the cloak of a lich that was non-violent. I mean to say he was non-violent until Loiza thought that his attire could use a cocktail of kobold body fluids, and acted on this thought. What a nasty little creature. And IRL too. And in variation of the bane of many a group, The
It's what my character would do.
I called it bastardized justification. He would just give that smug smile, nonchalant shrug, and say,
Kobold.
and somehow, even suddenly bereft of his ability to sneak roll his
Staggering successes.
because Badastovich was watching every single roll, he was rolling with some truly uncanny luck. We even tested his dice to see if they were weighted. Nope. Burgerbeard had apparently made some kind of Faustian bargain to just roll better. And all the while, this was done with that big, fat, smug smirk of pure self-satisfaction, like only a beard can make. The group was becoming so thoroughly irritated with the 1,000 little pricks this little prick was dishing out on the regular that they decided altogether that Loiza had to die. I don't necessarily agree with that plan, but I do understand it. The first attempt on his life, accidentally leaving him behind when the airship fled from a volcano. No luck, Loiza's crossbow has a grappling hook attachment. Second attempt, refraining from helping him when he was caught by the watch of Crater Lake City, only for him to stroll into the airship meeting room later, having talked his way out of being charged, even though he had been caught stealing from a noble's treasury red-handed. It's just good rolls, bro. I don't know what to say. Third attempt, tricking him into jumping into a volcano. Psych, he's got a ring of fire protection. That is a good prank, though. The fourth attempt, sending him first into the Black Dragon's den under the pretense of scouting. He manages to come back intact, somehow, in spite of the cowbell that Badastovich's character had tied to his tail. The ninth attempt, Ninetails tries tricking him into accidentally eating poison. Well, he ate the poison, but he aced the fort save. Oh my. 15th attempt. Radio let himself get possessed by a spook and unloaded his 6-shooter into Loiza's bed, only for the group to discover that Loiza, on account of his paranoia, well justified by now, actually sleeps in the closet. 26th attempt. Mongoose tries to reach some middle ground with Loiza in his manner that rivals mine for patience, and his character and Loiza are supposed to negotiate the release of a prisoner, and Mongoose later confessed in shame to me that he tried to throw the negotiation just to get Loiza in jail.
You can't keep getting away with it!
He's the devil. He's smarter than you. He's luckier than you. Whatever you think is supposed to happen, I'm telling you, the exact reverse opposite of that is going to happen. God, I fucking love Breaking Bad. The 30th attempt. They just ain't stopping. Slumsy tried to straight up kill him during a friendly sparring session, but he was having crap luck on all of his grapple rolls in his attempts to wrap Loiza up in his character's coils and squeeze the life out of him. I thought this was his friend. Now he's on board with killing his friend? Oh, Slumsy. Trust no one. That's all I'm saying. And the 39th attempt. Well, this is the doozy, folks. So, they're in a hostile city at midnight and have to obtain critical documents vital to the resistance from the town hall, which of course is locked up tighter than a drum. Badastovich gets the notion that they can break into the guards' barracks, adjacent to the town hall, go to the top, throw a tightrope across to the town hall, and head down to unlock the door for everyone else. Loiza and Badastovich's characters are perfect for this task. They break into the guard barracks successfully and head upstairs, remaining stealthy enough to avoid detection. They reach the top floor and throw open the window. Badastovich throws across a grappling hook and aces the stealth roll, managing to keep it low-key. He ties it off and gestures for Loiza to go across first. I should point out at this juncture that Burgerbeard somehow managed to remain blissfully ignorant of all these attempts on Loiza's life. I figured it out around the 9th time that they tried to kill him. I mean, the pattern had become unmistakable. But, just as Batman didn't have to kill Ra's al Ghul, but also chose not to save him, I had chosen not to save Loiza. Loiza begins to cross, and Badastovich slips me a note. I'm going to keep one foot in the window, and with the other, I'm going to wobble the rope. Then Badastovich announces out loud, I'm going to follow right behind Loiza, so we're not spotted. The rat folk begin shaking the rope, and I have Burgerbeard roll a reflex save to stay on the rope. Loiza lets out a scream. Stay off the rope until I'm across, Loiza hisses. This shouting, of course, attracts the attention of a guard, who comes right under the rope, torch in hand, hollering up at them. Oh, you up there! Get down! Burgerbeard rolls, and for the first time in 36 sessions, he failed a save. Loiza began to fall. With some musical accompaniment, a look of such rapturous relief, of such joy, swept across the table as Loiza fell. At last, at very long last, the torment that this tiny, irascible reptile had subjected them to would be at its end. Did the guard move? Burgerbeard asks. Record scratch. Oh no. No, he didn't, I say, feeling that moment of joy die just as it had started to spread its wings. That smug smile draws those greasy, pillowy cheeks upwards once again. Reflex save to do what Badastovich did a few sessions back when he drop-stunned that sentry, Burgerbeard exclaims. Damn. If there wasn't a precedent for that maneuver, I could have just told him no. But I have not, nor will I ever be dishonorable in my GMing. Looks like you've got a shot, but you'll have to stick the landing, I tell him. Okay, so the moment of joy isn't dead just yet. Everyone's watching with bated breath, staring intently at Burgerbeard's dice tray, one of several which Dragon and Ninetails gave to the group as Christmas presents a few months prior. Oh, that is a killer gift. I wish I knew anybody who still played like tabletop, aside from Ramtide, but he doesn't use a dice tray. He just rolls his dice on the pavement like a caveman. I love you, Ramtide. I miss you. He breathes on his 20-sided die and tosses it into the tray where it bounces off the walls, dancing around the green felt that coats the bottom. 20. A natural 20. A natural fucking 20. I had never seen a starker contrast between the morose misery of the group and Burgerbeard's exalted jubilee. Even Turtle poked his head out of his shell to excitedly clap for Master. Loiza sticks the landing, knocking out the guard, and still blissfully ignorant to the attempted murder, gives Badastovich's character a thumbs up. Whispering up to him that he's clear to go into the town hall and unlock the door now. It was that moment that the group just stopped trying to kill the kobold, who fate smiled upon, and just accept him as a natural condition of the world. Imagine the group's surprise when Burgerbeard retired Loiza and made a new character a mere 2 sessions later, saying that he was becoming bored with him. He had to have known the whole time. He's just like subtly trolling everyone. It's hilarious. He left Loiza's fate in my hands. I could have had the dastardly reptile die in any number of delightfully unceremonious or gruesome ways, and yet the group, a bunch of truly brilliant people, had failed time and time again to end this boil on their collective buttocks. What kind of reprisal would the universe deal me? With that in mind, Loiza started up an engineering and architectural firm, welcoming both kobolds and gnomes. A happy ending for an unfathomable source of unhappiness. His new character was a perfectly generic spellcaster who failed and succeeded on par with the rest of the group, reining in Burgerbeard's insufferable smugness. And that's it for this entry, dear friends. I humbly thank you for sticking with me this far. There's still much to come. Next time, Burgerbeard's misadventures, a little Italian, hey! Stay safe, stay alert, follow your bliss, and may the wind be ever at your backs. I'm sticking with my theory that he knew the entire time. How does the group conspire to kill you 40 times and you're just like, meh, whatever. And then a few sessions later, he's just like, yeah, I'm giving up this character, man. This kobold god incarnate. This is the sort of power gaming that Burgerbeard loves, isn't it? Like endless natural 20s. Good God. Imagine if he had just kept on playing that character. But he didn't. Fate intervened. The world works in mysterious ways. I really do like this part, and it does help me to see why you kept Burgerbeard around. He seems to kind of know what he's doing, especially if you've encountered somebody like Skeletor who just like does not give one single shit. At least Burgerbeard is trying to play the game, even if he does cheat at it a little bit. But he didn't even need to cheat with this kobold. I got no idea why you'd shelve him. I guess it isn't that fun to play a rogue. Like playing a rogue, you've got your role in the group, but you're probably never going to be star of the show, you know? You could one-shot things in later levels, but mostly you're just there to pick locks and shit like that. Detect traps. And considering Badastovich had a roguish sorcerer, yeah, you don't really need two, I suppose. So this episode definitely did put Burgerbeard in more of like a human light, you know? Which I enjoy in my Neckbeard stories every once in a while. You gotta remember that these people are human. Yes, they're flawed like any other human. Some are deeply flawed, more than most humans, but at the end of the day, they are people. There are redeeming qualities about them. Then I think back to last episode and what happened at FENITH, and I'm like, oh yeah, well, he is a piece of shit. He's good in-game, but not in real life, so I don't think I'd hang out with him for very long. But I definitely appreciate the story. I mean, as long as you keep them coming, I'll keep reading them / singing them. Oh, that is so much fun, man. Thank you so much for helping me to mix up the content on the channel. Whoever knew that I would sit down in front of this microphone and sing every once in a while? Dango! Just feels good. Feels really good. And I hope this episode made you guys feel really good. And if it did, I hope that you like, comment, and or subscribe. Maybe share it around. Maybe share the first part, which is down in the description somewhere. Or the second part. What part are we on now? I think we only have 3 Burgerbeard videos. This is the 3rd one. But there's also the Skeletor miniseries, which I guess I'll throw down there as well. Whatever. We just working on building up that link swarm. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff down there. My Amazon affiliate link is down there. It links to my microphone, but you can buy basically anything, and I get a little cut of that. We got Wifey's channel, Mr. and Mrs. ReddX, my personal subreddit, r/ReddXReads. There's a bunch of social media stuff down there. Twitter, Discord, Facebook, etc. Oh, and how could I almost fake forget about my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons? You're seeing some names on the screen right now. Josh K, currently the highest donator. Big shout out, special shout out to him. But I do want to thank all my patrons, especially ZeroMMX, Lady Nix, Robert Waits, Pope Squid, Rebecca H, Cider Drinker, Tato Fair, The Last Shinobi, Mark 211, Michael Undead, Aaron W, Mitch, John Hero, Josh K, Candy Sora, DigiNZ, Fire Drake, Little Lone Wolf, Lone Island, Shara, Marvin DeMoth, Ms. Monday, Silent Revolver, JM Kuhn, Leon Embers, TSM Kirby, Redwind, and Synaptic Boomstick. Thank you guys so much for helping to support the channel. Just for when those things do get demonetized, it is so super nice to have those patrons to lean back on. It lets me know that I'm doing the right thing, you know, and honestly, I could not be more grateful. I was looking around some other creators' Patreons, and people who are like hundreds of times the size of this channel don't have as much support on Patreon as we do here. So that blows me away. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Obviously, if anybody else can support, that is massively appreciated. Super huge to me. But if you can't right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming by, hanging out with me, and I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. Because the views is really what keeps my beard buttered at the end of the day. In order to join us again, you'll need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands, super important. But don't panic, overstress, because you always need to be careful to take some time out and do something that you enjoy every single day. And maybe that's watching ReddX videos. Hey! So you can watch another ReddX video if you want. Nothing wrong with that. We got a lot. But I definitely do appreciate all of you guys, every single last one of you. And I want to remind you right now that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I will see you in the next one, friends. And until then, bye-bye.